Hi guys, welcome back to this House of Fashion. Hope you have a wonderful day. Today's tutorial is going to be based on how to cut this particular dress you're seeing on the screen. You can see this is the one I'm using for the down part, which is the inner. Then this is going for the outer. The whole yard I'm using here is 3.5 yards, of which the inner, which is the ash color here, is 1.5, while the outer here is 2.5. So the first thing I did here is fold it into 2, then into 4, because I'm cutting out the inner part first. So after folding it into 4, the next thing you're going to consider is the full length. The full length first. So I'll be starting from here. The full length is 57 inches with the seam allowance. 57 inches with the seam allowance. That is the full length, and here is it. So I'll now go ahead now and take my shoulder measurement of 7 inches. Then I'll be using 1 inch for the shoulder slant. 1 inch of shoulder slant. Then I'm going to slant it to the center of both back and front, like this. The next thing here is take the arm measurement of 6.5 inches. I don't want the armhole to be too wide. You can see. Then the bust measurement here is going to be 34 inches. That is 8.5 inches in 4 places. And here is it. You can see with the seam allowance of 1 inch. Then I want to determine my half length of 14 inches. This is 14 inches for the half length. You can see. So let me rule it out for you to see the line properly. Then the hip point, I'll make use of 8.5 inches, but it's not constant. It depends on the length of your client, how tall your client is. You can use 8, you can use 8.5, you can use 9, even you can use 10. Then I want to rule it out. Then the next thing is the wideness of the waist, which I'll make use of 32 inches. That is 8 with the seam allowance of 1 inch. Then I'll connect it to the bust line. The hip measurement here, that's the wideness of the hip, is going to be 36 inches. That is 9 in 4 places with the seam allowance of 1 inch. Then I'm going to connect it together. After that, I'll have a straight cut to the armhole here, a straight line rather. To bring out the shape of the armhole, I'll take 2 inches here, then 2 inches here. I'll now connect it together like this. By the time I cut this out, you're going to see it properly. So from the hip, I'm going down to the full length. So after cutting it out, the next thing here is going to be the neckline. The neckline here, that the deepness is going to be around 1.5 inches. Then the wideness is going to be 4 inches. 4 inches wideness. Then I'm going to connect it together by cutting it out. You can see. Then I'm going to take away the back so that I can cut out the front neckline. I want to try and increase the deepness of the back neckline with 2 inches, and I've done that already, so I'm cutting it out. So after that, I can now remove what I said by taking out the back, then cut out the neckline of the front. So I want it to be in face shape. So taking the deepness of the free neckline at the front to be 8 inches. So the deepness I want here is 8 inches, and that's what I've done there. Then I want to slant it up. I want to slant it up to the wideness of the neckline, like this. So after that, I can now cut it out. So let me take away the back to cut out the front neckline. So now we're done with the cutting. This is the front neckline. I want it to be fish shape. Then here is the back neckline in round shape, you can see. So we're done with the cutting of the inner. The next thing to cut out here is going to be the outer. So let me bring out the outer. Here is the outer, and it has been folded into 4. As you can see, this is into 2, then into 4. So after folding it out this way, then the first thing I'm going to consider is going to be the full length of the top, which I'll be making use of 28 inches. 28 inches is with the same allowance. You can see this is my 28 inches. So let me go ahead and take it straight, so I have a straight line. I'm done with that. I'm trying to connect the lines together just to have a straight line. When I'm cutting it out, you're going to see properly because the chalk I'm using on this off-white fabric is not showing properly, and I don't want to use a chalk that is going to stain this. So the next thing I'm considering now is going to be the full length of the sleeve, which I will make use of 25 inches. This 25 inches here is with the same allowance, and here is it. Then the next thing is going to be the shoulder slant of 1 inch. Shoulder slant of 1 inch. Here is it. You can see. Then I'll be taking the opening of the sleeve. The opening of the sleeve is going to be 6 inches with the same allowance. You can see. So I'll now come down to the hip measurement, because at this point at the down part here is going to be the hip measurement they're going to use for the wideness. So our hip measurement here is 36 inches. So dividing 36 inches by 4 is going to give us 9 inches. So the wideness of this area now is going to be 9 inches. Then I'll be adding a seam allowance of 1 inch to it, like this. This is 9 inches, as you can see. Then 1 inch of seam allowance, which is the same as sewing allowance. Then from there, I'm going to cuff it to the upper part where the sleeve starts from, like this. You can see. By the time I cut it out, you're going to see how nice the shape is going to be. You can see the wideness of that area. So let me now connect the shoulder slant to the center of both back and front first before cutting it out. So it's going to be like this. Then I can now cut it out. This is after cutting it out. I can see the shape. The next thing here is to cut out the neckline. The neckline is the next thing to do. So I'll be taking the wideness of my necklines to be 2.7 inches. It's a free neckline, so I don't want it to be too wide. Then the deepness is going to be 1.5 inches for the back, like this. Then I can now cut it out. After that, I'm going to take out the back, then to cut out the front properly. So to cut out the front neckline, I will add some inches to the deepness of the neckline. No, the deepness of the neckline here, I'm going to use 7 inches. So from the shoulder again to 7 inches. Then I'll now slant it. So here the slanting, you can see. Then I'm going to cut it out. So let me take out the back from the front so I will not cut them together. You understand? This is after cutting it out, you can see. So the next thing to cut out here is the V shape at the center of the front. So I'll take some inches down. Now I'm just trying to make it equal before cutting it. So the measurement I want to use here is going to be 4 inches. This is not custom, depending on how you want yours to be, but here I'm making it of 4 inches. From that 4 inches, I'm going to take 1 inch for the seam allowance. For the opening of the hip, with minus 1 inch from the original hip measurement. No, the hip measurement I told you was 36 inches, but the initial measurement was 37 inches. So I just used 36 inches to make it firm to the hip. So if you want to take a measurement of yours, to make sure you deduct 1 inch away before using it on the hip. So the 1 inch I added here just for the seam allowance. So by the time I'm holding it, I'm not going to hold it too much, so I still have allowance of 1 inch. So I'll be using that 1 inch to hold it. So you can see the V-neck, and the V shape down to the full length also. So I think we are done cutting this particular dress. This is the front and here is the back. You can see this is the back. The back neckline is a round neckline, don't forget, and this is our inner. So let me go and join everything together and show you. So I just want to put this through the illustration on how to join this particular kaftan. The first thing you do here is the joining of the two shoulders. You can see me doing that. After joining the two shoulders, the next thing is to bias the sleeve area, that's the opening of the sleeve. But you can also tape it in by hemming it. But here the fabric I'm using is very light, so that's why I'm making use of bias for the sleeve mouth, for the down part of the kaftan, then the neckline, just to make it neat. So after biasing the roundness of the sleeve, then you take the measurement by stitching it with, let me say, ½ inch or 0.75 inches, and you stitch it down. After stitching it down to the full length of the short kaftan, then you bias the down part to make it neat. So that is all what I did here when I'm joining my kaftan. Welcome back. Here the finished work so far. This is after joining everything together. You can see the neckline, you can see the other V here, you can see how this turns out, you can see the neckline of the back, you can see the core side of the top, and also the opening of the sleeve. If you're watching for the first time, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to my channel for more amazing tutorials. And for those people that have already subscribed, I really appreciate you guys for watching my video. Or see my next tutorial. Bye.